I think everyone kind of knows where most of the stuff stands. I think we're going to see stuff shifted, and my stuff will be slightly off, but for the most part, it'll be accurate. Achilles solo is going to be a lot more average these days. I still think he's going to be really good. Not literally average, but compared to where he was, where he could be played every game, it's going to be more A+ tier with the lack of glad shield rushes, with just the way everything's going to shift. I think Achilles is going to be played a little bit less and be a little bit less consistent. Still be a really good god. Agni, I think, is still going to be really good. Has clear as team fight, but isn't going to be top tier prioritized. AMC is going to be better. There's no way AMC is not going to be doing better than where he was just because of items being better. You have Berserk Shield. You can go Warriors. You have the fucking, just all the items are going to allow AMC to do a little bit better, do a little bit more. Plash, super situational. Need the anti-heal. Ama's a lot better with Golden Blade in the jungle or in the solo lane, just kind of doing better. Has built-in sustain, solid god. I want to see if Ama moves up. I feel like Ama might be a prioritized god and like competitive again. Honor, average, same honor. You're trying to fight in lane, dope, but not going to control the game, not going to control every lane, not going to win every matchup. A little bit lower. Anubis, low tier, risky as fuck to play. Ao Kwang, I'm going to say average now with the new Ring of Fakate and just the way the game's being played. You can get away with it. Risky, but you can get away with it. You get the late game, you saw, you just stomp. Like I played it 3 times tonight. Shit stomps if you get late game. Afro, I don't think Afro is as good. Afro was like S+ or S or something before. Afro's fallen off. You're not going to see a shit ton of Afro. You're going to lose pressure. You're going to get stomped by a lot of these gods. It's not going to be fun. Apollo, did Apollo see a buff? I feel like Apollo got some slight change, but I still don't think it was enough. I'm going to say he's very, very average. That's a lie. He's below average. Maybe situational if you're trying to run some like split push comp and ranked. I don't know. Probably more B tier. Arachne is going to be one of your top junglers. I'm going to say S+, especially if you're playing ranked or casuals. Absolutely dominant force right now. Aries, situational. Pretty good, though. We saw it played in the SCC a lot, and it was doing well. I've seen it in ranked and casuals a little bit. It's been doing okay. Solid god. Just all about the pressure and not dying early. Artemis, I think, might be played a teeny bit more. Not a whole lot more, but maybe the builds will shift around to allow Artemis. Berserker Shield's the one thing I'm thinking of that might make it possible, because we don't know the ADC build. I've looked through Zatman streams, I've looked through PandaCat streams, I've looked through someone else's streams, and the builds are different on every god in every game between all 3 of them. Nobody's being consistent, so we don't actually know what the top builds are. RDO, aggressive support, super situational. Athena, very, very good. Like, you should be playing Athena support if you're not a great support player. You get stuck in the role, just play Athena. It's really not hard to play. Awelix, decent god. You're going to play it as a counter matchup. Baba Doodoo, I think, is very, very, very good. I'll drop her into S tier because she's a little bit higher, more like a higher skill cap. You have to be pretty good to play the god to make her work. You're either great on her or you're shit. That's what it seems like. There's no in between. Bacchus, situational. Not that great. Just a good divey god with anti-heal. Bakasura, probably one of the best gods in the game for you to win ranked and casuals right now. Golden Blade OP. That's simple. Golden Blade's fucking OP. It's one of these two. I'm gonna put it in S+. I wouldn't say Baka's broken. That's what SS is for. S+, top tier god. Prioritize it in the jungle if you can get it. Baron, I like Baron right now in the soul lane. With the way we lost some sustain, I think Baron does really well. You know, a lot of matchups. Bastet, not that good. Beyond situational, you shouldn't really be playing it. Alona's gonna get played a lot more. We'll see if she moves up or down based on that. She's definitely a good god. We just don't know how good or how bad. We'll see where she goes. I want to see her play in the solo and competitive once it starts. Kabrakin, situational as fuck. You're only gonna do it as a counter matchup. Camazot's still really good for pub stomping the solo lane. Cerberus, okay, average. I wouldn't say situational, but not that great. Just why play this when you can play like Camazots and shit? CERN, average. People get mad when I don't say why they're average. They're average because they don't bring anything crazy to the table. There's nothing specific that makes them better than other gods. CERN doesn't have a lot of CC. CERN isn't any better of an ADC than fucking Honor, and then nowhere near Rama, right? Chalk, Doodoo, situational solo laner. Chunga, Doodoo tier. Why are you playing that shit? You have no clear. Your team fight's average. Chernobog, A tier. I think for ranked and casuals, it just doesn't do the same as it does in competitive, so I'm not going to sit Churn higher than that. Kyron, I think Kyron saw like 1 buff to the 2. Not enough to make him any better. Kronos, Freya, maybe not Oleron. Kronos, Freya, and like Soul are going to be played a lot more now that Ring of Akate is buffed. And they also, because you have, what's the other? Spear of the Magus. Spear of the Magus can make all the autos do more. So I think the ADC build for major ADCs is going to be something like Ring of Akate, boots into that fucking can't think, dude, into the Spear of the Magus, and then probably like some Pen, Soul Reaver, and then more auto attack shit. Cthulhu still fucking broken. Tell me he's not and you're trolling. Cullen okay in the soul lane, not as good with the sustain gone. Cupid much better than before. They buffed Cupid's clear. I think Cupid might be heavy prioritized into a lot of matchups and then just be something you can regularly pick in the top of your draft. Dodgy fell down a little bit because Golden Blade clear just shit stomps there. Discordia still probably the best mid laner or most consistent mid laner. Erlang Sen situational, super easy to counter, doesn't bring much to the table because people can go Golden Blade, and building Golden Blade on Erlang Sen doesn't give you enough of a advantage, doesn't really do shit for you. Avenir, very consistent support, safe, CC, buffs your team. Especially with double ADCs. If you're on a Hunter in mid or like a Kronos in mid, you have that 2 ADC style, the Mage ADC, the physical ADC, sick, really, really good. Fenrir, low tier, situational and ranked. I wouldn't play it too much. Definitely don't top pick it. Freya, I think is going to be a lot better, especially in ranked and casuals. I feel like Freya's just going to pub stomp everybody. Ganesh, I think, is one of the best supports in the game for you to play in ranked and casuals. Geb, consistent support for ranked and casuals, just lower pressure. Guan Yu, I don't know why the fuck you're playing this god. Hachiman, super safe, good ADC. Hades, if you know how to play it, or you know what it seems like, not so much knowing how to play Hades. If people know how to play against Hades, you're nowhere near as good. But like win rate wise, Hades is sitting up in like S tier. It's really fucking stupid. Hebo, very good in the jungle, okay in the mid lane. Heimdall, still one of the best ADCs, if not the best. Hell fell down a lot, very much average now. Hera, very much average now. Hercules, situational when you're playing that shit, probably a support when you're playing it. Horus, still a really good aggressive support. Ho Yi, still a really good laning fighting god and really good for the late game. Ho Yi's awesome, safe, has the fucking self peel with your 1 and your ultimate, solid god. Unbats fell down a little bit. They reduced the cooldown of the ult, or increased it to 2 minutes. He's not played as much. He's still good, just not played as much. Isis, doo-doo tier, doesn't bring shit to the table. Izanami, doo-doo tier, doesn't bring shit to the table. Janice, good, just not consistent enough. Jingwei, bad now. Jorman Gunder, still a really good Guardian solo. Kali, I think, was overrated to begin with. We'll leave her in the average tier. I don't think she competes with Baka, Arachne, Mercury, Rat. I don't think she touches those gods. I don't like it at all. I don't even like going Golden Blade on it. I think it's stupid. Khepri, another really, really, really good support. Just fucking learn how to engage on Khepri and then disengage as the Khepri and position right, and you're fucking solid. King Arthur's still going to be good because of Soul Eater. Kukulkan's still going to be good because of the buff to Book of Thoth, plus it's Kukulkan. Goomba, average support. Kazimbo, average support. Loki, I don't know why the fuck you would ever play this god. Medusa, a lot better now. I think Medusa is going to be one of the top hunter mids and ADCs, like that flex roll. It's going to be fucking really solid with her buffs. Mercury, one of the best junglers in the game. Another ranked pub stomp god, casual pub stomp god. Merlin, very solid in the mid lane. Not as good. They nerfed him a lot. He's still consistent. He just doesn't take over games as much. Mulan, average solo laner, okay jungler. Naja, just super average. They've nerfed them too much. Neith, big buffs to Neith. I think Neith will be like Medusa, mid lane or ADC in the duo lane. Super flexible, really, really good. Nemesis, I think, is better now with the auto attack build. With Serrated Edge, with everything going the way it is, I think you can play Nemesis and get away with it very consistently. It's just very, very safe. I maxed the 3. I think it's really good. Nike, I think, saw a lot of nerfs with the Spear of the Magus. Fuck. Thundering Spear active and the other active. Which other actives remove shields? Is it Ankh? I think Ankh removes shields and then Thundering Spear removes shields, so you can completely fuck over a Nike who ults and thinks she's safe. She's not safe. Nox, situational, but pretty consistent if you're playing it right. Nuwa, probably the best mid laner next to Discordia. Very, very safe. They buffed the fuck out of the creeps. They're crazy accurate now, so play her a little bit. Odin, situational for anti-heal, but even then pretty average. Olaron, not super safe, not super consistent. With the buffs, we might see him played more in team aspect, like competitive. I don't think you're playing much Olaron in casuals and ranks. Osiris, nerfed a teeny bit because of Berserker Shield change, so we're going to drop him down. Pele, still a pretty good jungler, average, above Hunbats for sure. Persephone's still going to be really good in the mid lane, still fucking banned all the time. Poseidon in the jungle or the mid lane, not as consistent, so we're going to leave him an A. Ra, super not consistent, immobile, scary pick. Raijin's still really good. I don't think he's quite as safe or as consistent as Nuwa and Discordia, but right up there. Rama, probably the best ADC to play because of the buffs that he received. Plus, he's safe. You can dive, use the ult to kill in the backline with your jungler. It's really, really strong. Ratatosker, broken as fuck. Can play support aggressively, can play solo perfectly, and then crit in the jungle is absolutely broken and probably going to be nerfed in the next few weeks. If it's not, I'll be fucking mind blown. There's no way his win rate doesn't like triple from what it was. There's just no fucking way. Ravana, I think, is a really good jungler. I think he's one of the top 5. I'll put him up in S tier. He's super consistent. You're not building the golden blade. You get to exploit the sledge item. I think that's an item that's going to get nerfed. Once it does, maybe we'll see changes. Scylla, really good mid laner. No reason not to play Scylla and make it part of your fucking core gods. Higher skill cap, but assuming you know how to land abilities, fucking stomp so many assassins and so many frontline gods, especially now that there's a little bit less defense in the game. Sarkette, average as fuck. They nerfed her into the ground. Set saw some buffs. I think Set's gonna be played a lot in the solo lane and in the jungle. Scotty, pretty doo-doo. Don't know why you play Scotty. A tankier Scotty, that's a lie. I'm putting Scotty up here in A tier with Artemis. Tankier Scotty, I think, will be really consistent. I don't know the build people are going to do, but you're going to see a build come out. Be ready to play it. Sobek, still a really good support. Not quite as good as Ganesh and Khepri in my eyes because he dies faster now in the ultimate. Soul is going to be a lot better with the auto attack shit. Right up there with Kronos. Sun Wukong, average safe god. Susano, really good jungler, but not going to do much because you don't see Golden Blade. You aren't really using Sledge. You're just doing normal Susano shit. But everyone wants to play the avatar skin, so you're going to see Susano all the time. Sylvanas, not a super safe support, but pretty solid if you know how to use Blink. Terra, similar situation. Not a great support in lane, but if you know how to get to team fights and use Blink, good to go. Thanatos is really good at pub stomping and ranked and casuals in the jungle. Morrigan, I think, is underrated, and it actually gives you pressure, and you can exploit that pressure because people don't know what to fucking do when you're W kicking at them. Thor is still really good as a ability-based jungler. Hasn't changed at all. Still really, really solid. He just kind of gets farmed by the auto attack gods. Like Mercury is going to dumpster Thor right now. Rat is going to dumpster Thor right now. Thoth, one of the... Wait, they buffed Thoth. I haven't seen new Thoth played. They buffed his one a little bit. So actually I'm going to put Thoth up in A+, because I think Thoth was really good before. People just don't know how to position. Dive gods are still really good. Dive gods fuck Thoth. But assuming you position with your team, you're fine. Tyr is still going to be really good in the solo lane because he has sustain. Ul is still going to be really good as an ADC because of the pressure. That's if you're looking to fight. Amana is still pretty good in the jungle or solo lane. A little bit less sustain in the kit, but great god for team fighting. Vulcan, not as consistent, but still a good god. Shibalake, ult still broken. Xing 10, average as fuck. Yamoja, good if you know how to use your abilities. Ymir, average as fuck even after the buffs. Zeus, average as fuck. Super unsafe outside of the unsafe aspect. If you can get away with playing it, dope. Jean-Qui, haven't seen played enough to see any reason to put him up higher. There's the whole fucking tier list. Now I can't fucking breathe and I need water. So now when you watch the tier list back, if you want it slowed down, go into YouTube, go on the right, there's a little cogwheel and put it at 0.75 speed. And then it'll put me at normal speed.